all of these thoughts start going through your head, and I lost it with God. I always have my prayer time at 5:30 in the morning, and I just let him have it. A lot of people, I would say, are afraid to get mad at God. So I don't know if you guys have felt like this in your life where, you get upset with God and you prayed and, you've just gotten angry with God, or maybe...
Or maybe you're not praying and you just start yelling.
Right. Now, one thing I should say is, I have a really good prayer life, I think. I try to spend every morning dedicated in prayer, and a lot of times it's just praise, it's talking to God, it's just a conversation with God all day, but there are points in my life where I get frustrated, and I've had it. So let me share with you what happened with me. Okay? So as you guys, most of you know that I have a disease, and part of this disease is my body doesn't pass calcium. So it stores it up on the muscle, tendons, and joints and what have you. This intense pain. So I got this, and first of all, it kind of scares me. Because I think that the disease might be coming back. Second of all, it just hurts, and it's just absolutely no fun. So I get mad at God, right? Because and the reason I think that I get mad at God, and I don't know if you guys feel this way, so I believe he's the creator of the universe. I believe that he breathes stars and planets. I believe that he keeps our oxygen level at a certain percentage, and the earth is perfectly tilted and away from the sun. He does all that. So I get upset with him when I have a little bit of a problem, right? And it would be so easy for him to do, right?
This is a big problem for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Probably every single one of us goes through this period when you say, the creator of the universe could take this away, yet chooses not to.
Right. So what I do is I get upset with God because I know he can do this and he doesn't, right? So I pray to him, I kind of get angry with him, I start to tell him, why aren't you doing this? This would be so easy for you to do. Why are you causing this pain for me? Why aren't you doing this? And I could see how people would very easily start to think, why should I pray? All of these thoughts start going through your head, and I lost it with God. I always have my prayer time at 5:30 in the morning, and I just let him have it.
Major time that I got mad at God.
Yeah, I would like to know.
Was during your disease when you were suffering all that. And it's hard to watch your loved ones suffer, and of course I started yelling at God.
Yeah.
Fix him.
The thing is, he can.
Right. And so that's really hard, and I was really mad. But I think the point is that, you have to be respectful when you have that relationship with God. He absolutely knows how hurt and angry and frustrated I was.
Right.
But I wasn't so volatile towards him as my Heavenly Father.
Right.
But I was very honest with how I felt because he already knows.
Right. Well, one point we want to make is that what Kim was kind of saying is that there's a difference between taking your anger out on God, and pointing your anger at him and saying, maybe I hate you, you're stupid. You're using your anger at him, or you just are telling him and communicating with him that you're upset with him, your feelings and your emotions, right?
And almost just submitting your anger and your frustration and your sadness, your depression, submitting it to him. I feel like that's what you're doing. You're giving it all to him and saying, you know what, this is how I feel.
Right.
I can't do it by myself.
Right.
I need you.
Right.
Yeah. I think along with that, we have to point out the fact that it's really important that you have the kind of relationship where you can be honest with God, tell him your feelings, because he already knows. It's very important that you know that it's okay to be angry at God, but do not let that anger and misunderstanding of your situation cause you to turn your back on God.
Right.
Blame him for everything.
Right.
Because there are reasons why God does not take away disease and sickness and pain. There's reasons for that.
Right.
And we may never know until we're in heaven.
Yeah, exactly.
But absolutely do not turn your back on God because of it, because of that. He's not a mean God. He's not an unjust God. He's there. He cares and loves for you dearly.
And some of you might be saying, oh, there's no way I would ever do that. I mean, and I think if you're saying that, you need to kind of examine yourself and think, are you saying that out of fear?
Right.
Because you might say, well, if I get mad at God, he's going to punish me. It will get 10 times worse. And that is a relationship to me based out of fear. And God does not want a relationship out of fear.
Right.
If you really think about it, and what we know about God, God knows everything that you're thinking. He knows everything in your heart. So by you not being honest with him verbally sometimes in prayer, you're kind of kidding yourself.
Right.
Because he knows everything that's going on in your mind. So if you're worried about, oh, I just can't say it, well, he knows it already.
He knows it.
He knows.
He wants to hear it from you. He wants to know your perspective on it.
Right.
Yeah,
and we're always, one of our big things on this channel is we're always not preaching, but we're always encouraging the people to get into a relationship with him. And I always try to, when you have a relationship with God, always just kind of think of human relationships. I mean, if I never, Kim and I fight, and because of our fights and arguments, we grow closer together. And to have a relationship where you never disagreed, where you never argued with someone, really wouldn't be a relationship.
You're not being honest.
Yeah, you're not being honest.
Yeah.
So we would really encourage you guys, and I guess the whole point of this video is really just for you guys to get into more of a deeper relationship with God. And getting into a deeper relationship with God means being honest with him. And again, with respect, just like, your father and son. I mean, we fight and we argue and we challenge each other, but it's always done with respect that he's still your father.
With love, yes.
Yeah. So let us lift you guys up in prayer. Dear Lord, just thank you for today, Lord. Thank you for everything that you have done for us, because you truly have blessed all of us, and we all have something to be thankful for, Lord. Lord, I just want to start by saying thank you that you are who you are. I mean, thank you that you love us enough to let us express ourselves. And I mean, when you really start to think about it, I mean, we have a relationship with the God of the universe who created everything. And if you really start to think about how big you are, God, and what you do, I mean, it's almost